Welcome to Family Lifestyles. We're delighted that you can be with us today as we're going to be looking at some ways that you can make your money go further. We're going to look at some great services that are out there for you to actually use for tax preparation as well as other financial services, and talk more about staying safe during this cold winter weather we're having in South Central Kentucky. We're delighted today to welcome back a friend, a guest that has been here before, Ryan Braber, of course, with the Barren River Community Asset Building Coalition. Close enough?
Close enough, yeah.
I get that confused. I know Ryan works with the BRASS Safe Space program, but also for their extended services. So, Ryan, you're always a friend to have here at this time of the year because you've got great news for people, too, about great programs.
Thank you very much. I'm always happy to be here. I'm here to talk about a way that people can save a lot of money this year when it comes time for them to go file their taxes. I know a lot of people are kind of hesitant, don't want to really talk about taxes. It's intimidating. But we have a wonderful program, a real community service that will help people put those tax worries away, and it will save them a lot of money in the process.
Wonderful. So how can people participate?
Well, really, our only eligibility requirement is income-based.
Okay.
Anybody who made $49,000 or less per household is eligible. So all you'd have to do is contact one of our VITA sites. VITA stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, which is the program that we operate under. All they have to do is contact one of our VITA sites, and we will be able to set up an appointment for them, and they can come in and bring in what they need to bring in, and we'll file their taxes for free. It's really as simple as that.
You know, and I'm sitting here thinking, how do I find out where those VITA sites are, Ryan, to be able to take advantage of this? Is there a list somewhere? Do I contact a specific agency? Can we tell them where they're going to be today?
Oh, sure. I mean, we have 10 different VITA sites located in 8 counties around the region. Allen, Barren, Edmondson, Greene, Hart, Logan, Monroe, and Warren counties.
Very good.
Is where they're located. You can find a complete list that shows each physical location as well as the contact information for that site on our website. It's brabc.com.
Okay.
You can log on there and find contact information. You can get a printable list of the things you need to bring with you. It's a lot of times helpful for people. You can get information about our coalition, our community partners, our history. You can just all kinds of great information on that website. So people should really check that out if they're looking for a place to get their taxes filed. Or if you don't have access to a computer.
Right. That's a problem sometimes.
You can contact call our 800 number.
Okay, 800?
800-928-1183. They'll make the referral for you, give you the contact information to the VITA site closest to you.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. But let's do a scenario just to kind of tell people I call. But let's say I'm in Allen County. Where would be the site that I would go to in Scottsville or in Allen County? The Community Action Office, etc. Is that
exactly right?
That
yes.
would be the office there.
You would want to contact Brandy Jones.
Okay.
She is the site supervisor now in the Allen County Community Action Building. She will be the one to call about setting up an appointment, and she'd be happy to do that. They open next Thursday.
Okay.
And anytime after that, she should be able to set up that appointment for you.
So anytime after January 21st,
right?
In other words, that people could drop by or call that office and make an appointment. When we go back to the website, is it possible to go in on the website and make an appointment, or do we need to make direct contact with the particular site?
Right now, we don't have the capability to do the online scheduling.
Okay.
It didn't work out in the budget where we could provide that to customers, so we do ask for people to give our sites a call and schedule an appointment, direct contact with our site supervisors or the person who would be making the appointments.
Well, that sounds like a plan now to get an appointment. Now, you mentioned certain things that I would have to take with me, and I know you've got the list on the site, but just to kind of give people a little bit of a teaser of what you need to bring, what kind of paperwork do I need to gather to actually come to an appointment? What's involved in that?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. Of course, you'll need your W-2.
Okay.
We don't offer the last pay stub. You can't do that with our program. So you will need your actual W-2 statements from
Okay.
your employer or your 1099 or whatever other statement your employer provides to you. Those all should be received by January 31st. That's the deadline for employers. Yeah, I know it always doesn't happen, but you know they're supposed to have those out by then. Of course, you want to bring your Social Security card, identification, as well as Social Security cards for any dependents that you might have. So that just cuts down on errors.
Sure.
You know, it really helps to be able to see the actual card, and it will speed up the process.
Okay.
You know, by cutting down those errors. If you have last year's tax return, a lot of times it helps to be able to see that. If you purchased a house, you know, but with the first-time home buyer's credit, you'll want to bring in the paperwork that goes along with that so you can take advantage of that $8,000 credit this year,
Sure.
which has been extended through tax season. So people still have the opportunity to take advantage of that if you purchased a house anywhere from all of '09 all the way up through tax season this year.
Now, what about remodeling credits? I know, you know, I'm kind of watching out. I did some new windows, some insulation, things like that. If you've added anything to your house with that capability, should I bring any kind of paperwork regarding that?
I would definitely have the amounts that you paid, which usually will be easier if you bring the actual receipts or the paperwork that comes along with it. But you're absolutely right. If you have installed any kind of energy efficient improvement to your house, there is a credit that you can take for that, absolutely.
Right. Now, we know sometimes there's some fine line criteria that it has to be a certain level, a certain type, et cetera. So again, descriptions of what you've done, any kind of support paperwork. I know, for instance, when I put my windows in, there is a statement that you have to say or have to bring from the manufacturer that certifies there is a certain type of window. That's just my own experience there. So
Right.
we'd urge people to look into that and make sure that you've got the correct piece of paper, as we say, that you would need to bring there
Right.
too. So, well, that sounds great. The tax prep is one of the best services that you all do provide, and I applaud you all for offering that to people.
Thank you.
You know, especially with a lot of people losing jobs, there's probably going to be a lot more people eligible for the service this year, perhaps even more than last year at this point.
That's right. I mean, we anticipate a record number turning out, like you said, with the job loss and the economic downturn in general. People are just really in need of services like
Sure.
ours, and we're very happy to provide them to them at no cost. You know, and we don't stop at tax prep either. Everyone that comes into our site will get a packet of information that will, you know, give them the chance to explore other financial opportunities that they might not be aware of. You know, anything from our financial classes that are free, budgeting, credit counseling,
Sounds great.
you know, home ownership. You know, we offer all these to the public for free. We also offer information about the IDA program, which is a matched savings account that's set up just like a savings account, except when you put money into that account, the federal government will match those funds 2 to 1, up to $2,000. Now,
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
so you deposit $2,000, you withdraw $6,000. The only stipulation is that you have to use that money towards buying your first home, starting a small business, or you know, paying for higher education, which you know those are all good causes to be saving money for, to try and build your own assets and your own financial future.
Well, that sounds wonderful, Ryan, and I know that all of these things, again, are income eligible, as you mentioned before, but they're assets to do. So check again for your local VITA site. Contact your local community action office, one of the partners. It would be simple for me to just say to get in touch with them and they can direct you, or your cooperative extension service. They'll try to find out the information that you need. Thanks for being here today, Ryan. Thanks for bringing us such good news today.
Yeah, thank you very
Excellent.
much.
Great. And stay with us. We'll be right back as we continue to talk more ways to keep healthy and wealthy during this season.